Welcome back to another UNC Tar Heels football recruiting podcast here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. And if you're checking us out on our YouTube channel, Tar Heel Illustrated, I'm THI publisher Angie Jones, and joining me is our director of football recruiting, Miss Deana King. And Deana, this is a big day for Carolina because for the first time in more than 2 months, the Tar Heels have picked up a football commitment, the 17th member of the class of 2021. 3-star offensive lineman from Millbrook High School in Raleigh, Diego Pounds, somebody that a lot of folks thought right up until earlier today, really up until his announcement maybe, that he was heading to Penn State. But instead, even though they just offered last month, Carolina picked up a very much needed offensive lineman.
Pounds has been getting – he got a lot of offers during the spring and over the pandemic and everything. So impressive offer list. Like you said, many thought he was going to be a Nittany Lion, and they were the presumed favorite until Carolina offered back in August. And so maybe some rumors that he was just about ready to commit. And then the UNC offer, which Pounds, he really likes UNC because he took several trips. He was there at basketball games in the Smith Center. He just hadn't got the offer and everything. And so I think it put a little dent in his recruitment, made him just start rethinking that. And so he's bonded with a lot of the UNC commits, especially Keyshawn Silver and Dontavius Nash. They all are involved in AAU or hoops, and they've been playing all summer, Rock Hill at some of these tournaments and events. And I think maybe Keyshawn Silver's one of the ace recruiters on this team that are non-staff members. He's the self-proclaimed ringleader, so and maybe he done his magic.
Yeah, maybe when Rivals asked us to submit names for best recruiters on the staff that we cover, we'll just tell them Ra Dilworth and Keyshawn Silver because those guys are amazing. You mentioned the offer sheet for Pounds. It's really impressive. He's got out west, got UCLA and Oregon that have offered. He's got Alabama, Auburn. He's got lots of SEC. He's got some big-time Midwestern schools, of course, Penn State, and the Tar Heels came in. Now, the Tar Heels offered him the day after Jared Wilson flipped back to Georgia, clearly stating a need that they wanted one more offensive lineman. We don't know right now how many more players they're going to take in 21. Once the NCAA said that this is basically a free season for kids, and then there was no high school football in North Carolina, Virginia. I think it changed things. Originally, the plan was 21 kids, then 20. Then we started thinking maybe 18. This may be it. They may add one more kid. That's about it. What's important for Carolina, though, is they got the offensive lineman they needed. A big kid, 6'6", 305 pounds. He's a basketball player. I know that Mack loves linemen that play other sports because of the footwork, the agility, and you can grow that body into a college offensive lineman pretty easily. So when you watch Diego Pounds on film and what you know about his game, what are a couple of things that intrigue you about his potential?
He's really powerful. He's got that frame and everything, and so like you said, he's a basketball player, so he's got to have good feet, and that's a coach's dream if they get a lineman that has good feet and good footwork. So he's mobile. If you watch some of his basketball highlights, he can jump, he can dunk the basketball. He's got great movement for a guy that size, and will you add him with what they got coming in, another offensive tackle, Eli Sutton. They've got two heck of offensive tackles coming in, and never he's another in-state kid, so that's another reason this is huge. Mack showing his strength in the home state, just keeping another kid home.
And not just in state, but this is in the Triangle. Millbrook High School's in Raleigh. It's about maybe 8 miles, 10 miles from Rollsville High School, which is where Jonathan Adorna is from. So he's a freshman currently on the Tar Heels. So getting linemen from the Triangle, and the Triangle produces a few every year, another part of what's working for Mack Brown on the recruiting trail. Now, the class is at number 16. I don't know how much this is going to affect the ranking. We haven't seen the adjustment yet. And part of the reason the class has dropped down to 16 is because Tony Grimes, enrolled early, and he was switched over to the class of 2020. Maybe one more kid. I think if they finish at 16 with 17 or 18 commitments in this class, that's actually really good, because a lot of this, the more volume that you have, your rankings are going to go up because of the accumulation of points. So if they finish at 16 with 17 or 18 commits, how good a job is that by Mack and the staff?
It's great, because he had all these kids sealed up really early, and there's some kids that are affected by this pandemic that are not getting to visit. A couple come to mind, Terry and Ingram's Dawkins. He has Carolina in the top 4. He's not been on campus. He's going to have to spend his own money and go to visit, the campus if he wants to do that. But he's not going to experience the pageantry of going on these recruiting visits like other people in the past. I talked to Caleb Hood, and he went to all the home games last year, and he talked about how much he's missing it this year, because it's just special. You get to bond with your future teammates and try to recruit some of the kids that haven't committed yet. So it's totally different in everything. So it's just, it's the sign of the times in 2020.
Well, and on the flip side, that may actually have worked to Carolina's favor with respect to Diego Pounds. He and his family had planned on driving up to State College, Pennsylvania, back in late July. It's about a 9-hour drive, and it's not an easy drive when you get up in some of those in the middle of Pennsylvania near Penn State. I've made that drive before. It's a beautiful drive, but it's not an easy drive. And they didn't make the trip. So he had not been to campus there. I know that everyone's doing the virtual tours, but trust me, that is not the same thing as being there in person. So I think that while the COVID situation, the lack of visits may hurt Carolina with 1 or 2 kids, it looks like it actually may have helped in this case.
Yeah, I agree, because it's nothing like going and seeing some of these places that you see on TV, with historical, Penn State, they got a lot of tradition there. And Diego, like I said earlier in the podcast, he was a regular visitor. Every time he could come to UNC, he was there. And watching Carolina basketball, that was a big draw to some of these kids getting to come watch the Tar Heels play in the Smith Center. So I know he was really, really high on UNC, probably, living in the Triangle, a team that he followed closely. So, he's close. His family and friends will get to see him play. And so I think that was pretty big thing for Diego.
If you like this video, go ahead and click like and hit the notification bell so you get updates whenever we upload a video, and we do it very, very frequently. And of course, if you haven't been to Tar Heel Illustrated, go check out tarheelillustrated.com. We do a ton of stuff covering the football and basketball heels, plus recruiting. And right now, we have an amazing special. You can sign up and get 60 days for free. Doesn't cost a dime. Just go ahead and sign up. We give you 60 days for free. You get access to everything that we're doing. And if you feel like sticking around after that, you get a 1-year subscription at half price. Plus, you get a free t-shirt at breakingtea.com. She's Deana King. I'm Andrew Jones. You've been watching another UNC football recruiting podcast right here on tarheelillustrated.com. Thanks for stopping by.